So we're going to do 2-point perspective now, which, as it might sound very obvious, instead of one vanishing point, has 2 vanishing points. All right, so draw our horizon line, and I'm going to put 2 vanishing points. Now, generally speaking, I want to put them kind of to either side. Okay, if you put them close together, they start to get more dramatic kind of angles that don't necessarily depict nature as much. But you can definitely experiment with those things. But for this little, just to keep it simple, we're going to put a vanishing point over here and a vanishing point. Let's see. Sorry, making sure my screen isn't. All right, so we got 2 vanishing points. Let's move this over. Okay. So instead of drawing like that square, like you would with the, imagine you're right in front of that building, like you would with, let me get rid of this larger ruler. 1-point perspective, we're going to start with the edge of the building. You want to imagine you walked around to the edge of the building. And I'm just going to kind of put one right there. Okay? No particular reason. Need to clean these things off better, Joe. Anyhow, so bigger ruler again. So that's our edge, and then those lines, like we did with the lines are going to be parallel. That would be parallel lines in the real world, but are converging in the distance. And we'll use. You don't have to use the dashed little lines, but I'll do it so we can see how far off I am. The edge of the top. Same thing on this side. Moving this all over the place. All right, and then I want to decide where. Okay, so that's the edge. Right now it's going off infinite, like into the infinity, or at least, well, the horizon line. Not infinity. So I can decide where the what that edge of that. So just like with the 1 point, these other verticals will still be parallel. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one here. And then these top 2 points, those are going to converge, are also going to go not that way, but to the opposite vanishing point. Now I'm just going to do a little line like that. And I'll put the dotted lines in, okay. Oops, that off. Anyway, messy. And the same thing with this one here. And I can kind of, I could put the dotted lines, or I could just go straight across there, like that. And there you got it. That's 2-point perspective. So this, what will change, what will become dramatic at a certain point. Sorry, everything's crashing. Let me get rid of some of these lines over here so we can work in this space. The higher you go, the higher you go up towards that horizon line, the more the top of your little building or whatever box is going to disappear. So if I put that up here, like so, and do this relatively quickly. Let me draw the little. Making the building too long. I mean, it's really wobbly line there. Technical term, wobbly. Yeah, let's get rid of my excessive. So the top, I'm going to use this translucent one, line up there, and it goes this way. And then this line, hold on to, let's, if at first you don't succeed, whatever. So it's going, okay, all the way that way. So you shouldn't expect, sometimes part of this is trying to focus on what's actually happening when we do this, and not trying to like go, oh, I don't like it, doesn't see enough, and so you change that. And you get, sometimes people put these lines going this way, and I'm like, well, that's not how it would be in perspective. Sorry. So the change, and also if you put it above, you suddenly are looking from underneath. Anyway, so if we flip this all the way around, now this looks like the ground, and looks like these giant blocks are falling from the sky towards us. Back this way. All right, and the same sort of things happen if you would, as with, you can do the same sort of things with, I could add in, well, that's not exactly parallel, Joe. This should be parallel to that. So say if I know. I can play around with. And this, if I was going to do this edge here, that bottom line, and there'd be a dog barking in the back. Let's follow that. Slightly parallel. Eek. And then this line, if we were trying to draw the inside, you might see a little line. Like if you had light inside there, you might see that line on the inside wall. Anyhow, so that is 2-point perspective. And you could develop yours much more complicated from that. And again, if I put something, let's do it this way. So if I go outside of these, say for some reason you wanted to put something over here, as crooked as that is, you don't have both of your, it's sort of like, if I do this, and I go to here, and I kind of have a weird looking building, because it doesn't then make any sense. I usually keep them between the two like that. And the closer you get to the edges, the more kind of distorted. It's kind of like having something in a fisheye. So no, that's not. Keep it on either, with those in the middle and those there for simplicity. You can experiment and see what you can come up with. Also, if you look, we're going to do one more later on after this. Will be 3-point perspective. But there's also 4, 5, and 6-point perspectives out there that you can look up online. We won't get into it in class because that's insane. No, it's just a lot. But it can be a kind of an interesting effect. Anyway, take care.